9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to this episode of 49 Faithfully. We're your hosts, Miriah Lee and Teran Lewis. TL, my guy, what's up? Happy Saturday. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's early. I didn't have any sleep, but we're here. We're making it work. So,
That's right.
chat. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing great. JDLR, first in the building. Let's fucking go. Bebopperoni, what's up? Alberto. Chrissy, hey, DM me on Twitter your address again, please. Thank you. Where you at, gangsta? We're getting ready. Takes time. All right, so let's get right into it. We're doing all Bosa giveaways today because
I
why.
wonder why. I wonder why.
So let's start off with a green Bosa for the money. Those that are here, if there's only a few of you, you will only be the few that are entered. So get your numbers in 1 through 100. Good luck, everybody. Happy Saturday. Let's go. We got the vibes up now. Our guys paid. Things are looking up. I feel at the beginning of last week I was feeling pretty down. I was like I wasn't even excited honestly for the season. Like the whole trade thing, the whole Trey thing, just again, the off-season fighting of the fans. Obviously, Nick Bosa, hadn't been paid and was looking like, could miss week 1. And it was just like, I don't know. I just didn't feel excited, And then when that news came through that Nick Bosa was signed, it was just like such a jolt of energy. Like, I'm like, yes, let's fucking go in there, beat their ass. Like, I'm ready. Like, come on, Nicholas John Bosa, get in there and freaking sack the shit out of him. Like, I'm so ready.
Yeah.
When that news finally came over, however you found out, the alert, whatever, that Bosa signed, how'd you feel? How are you feeling now?
Yeah. I was pretty much feeling the same way. Like, all the, you hit the nail on the head with all the stuff that was going on, all the fighting back and forth and the arguments. And it was to the point where like you can, we would post and it went both ways. So it's not just a trade thing or Brock Purdy thing, whatever. It was just like, you would post, something good about Brock Purdy and it was, yeah, but Trey Lance still has better upside. Or you'd post something for Trey Lance. Oh, this was a great throw. Well, Brock Purdy still QB number 1. It's like, oh my God. So as much as I hated to see the young man go, it seems like, now that he's gone, like all the chaos and the fighting of the fans of who's starting, who's not going to start has went away. And, and we've said it before about the Nick Bosa thing. At the end of the day, he was going to get his money. So it was so frustrating just to see this man not being in camp, not being in OTAs and all this stuff, just for him to get what he wanted anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like all this foolishness was for no reason. And I get it. They probably had to move around some contracts, but that's stuff he should have been planning months ago. So
John Lynch been telling us for years that he's been getting prepared for it. So
exactly, yeah. So that's what So yeah, so now that he's back in camp, and now it seems like there's no more arguments of who's going to be the quarterback and all this other stuff. It's been refreshing, I guess you can say, in the least, as far as it's funny too because I've never met Brock Purdy, I've never met Trey Lance, but it got to a point where it's like fans were so disrespectful, and I'm not even that kind of guy, like you know, who gets pissed off really easy and and chooses violence and stuff like that. It's in
I
me,
am.
but I don't. Huh? Yeah, I know you are, but it's in me. Don't get it twisted now. But I'm not the fact, But it was to the point where I was just like, man, like fans were so disrespectful. Where it was like, man, if I ever see this person, I might check them. just because of how he was talking to me on social media, and that's not how I wanted to be. You know what I mean? It was just it was that point. I don't want sports to ever get me like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but yeah, like I said, it's refreshing now. The man has his contract. The team seems to be pretty healthy for going into camp that we've been in a long time. So yeah, I'm just glad that man finally got his money. He's back in camp. He seems very happy. I mean, but
Hmm.
and who wouldn't be? You know what I mean?
Right.
Who wouldn't be? That's I'm sure the signing bonus was just amazing. So yeah, let's get it cracking week one. So
Yeah, you know what? Besides him, obviously, of course, he's happy. But I was listening to the interviews of the team that they did right after the news broke. Right after the team found out that he signed, and man, they were so excited for the guy. Like you could just see it. Like they didn't even have to say a word in the interview, and you could just see it on their faces. Like you could hear them yelling through the locker room. Like Bosa wasn't even there. He hadn't even got there. He's still in Florida. And they're like screaming and yelling and celebrating for the guy, like just so happy for him. And, like it had been reported just a few days earlier, a couple days, not even a couple days earlier that, all the questions being asked to them were about Bosa. Oh, what do you think Bosa's going to get signed? Do you think Bosa this, Bosa that, Bosa that? Nothing was about the game, for Pittsburgh. And like I just feel like it's like not just an uplift for us fans, which we freaking needed, right? But it's an uplift for the team. And I think like we all the faithful, the players, the 49ers front office, everybody, after the Trey Lance situation, after everything that's happened, everybody, for whatever reasons, we all needed this. And for it to get done and, like him have a chance to play, like, what sounds like a full game, pretty much, Nick Bosa for week one to go into the Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think it's awesome. It's freaking exciting. I want to say what's up to some more people. We got BC in the house. Brian Culp, what's up? Don, hey Don. David McNiner, what's good? Got Tony Cope in the house. What's up, Tony? Let me see if I missed anybody. Scroll through here real quick.
Tony Colt, man, I gotta say, she's pretty funny. Like just watching her show and stuff, like her personality is awesome to me. She cracks me up, man.
Yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed. Go click on Tony Cope's name and go subscribe to her channel. She has a great show with the ladies. I'm going to be stopping in there soon.
Good.
And yeah, she's a great person. She's hilarious. We got 187 Bang Bang Niner Gang in the house. What's up? Steve-O, what up, what up?
I'll meet people to fight and pay for it back.
The Sha Show. What up, what up? Hope everybody is great. Make sure, if you haven't got your numbers in there for the Nick Bosa, this is the one that we're doing right now. All Nick Bosa giveaways today. So we're started this one. Get in there. So yeah, along with the Nick Bosa signing, obviously they needed to make room on the 53. So that to make that room, they released defensive end Austin Bryant. I was thinking like that has to suck that like just a week ago, right? Like you get the news that like what you fought for all your whole life, the whole summer, the grueling days of the summer, right? In training camp, all this. You make the 53, like, yes, but yet you were like the 53rd person, right? Like, Bosa comes and it's like, all right, you fall off. There you go. It's like, man, like you couldn't have been 52 or 51 or 50, exactly. Right? Like, man, it gotta suck for him. Like, that has to be tough news. And they asked, Kyle in the presser, like, oh, did you make the spot for Nick on the roster yet? And he's like, oh, we're doing that right now. We're letting the player know right now. So, I'm not going to let you guys know, out of respect for the player or whatever. And, I was just thinking like, man, that got to be so tough. Like,
Yeah.
because now what? He's going to get stuck, coming back at the practice squad's full
Practice
now.
squad.
So
Yeah.
it's like, that's kind of like a screwy situation, because had he been released, back a week ago, or, when they did the cuts for the 53, he might have found a home on somebody else's practice squad, somebody else's, who knows. But also, along with all this, the 49ers did some more cleaning up. They did some restructures. Today, the news came out about Nick Bosa. The news came out about restructures for Kittle, 10.5 million, and Trent, 18.3 million. And then news came out today that Eric Armstead restructured for 11.78 million. So all that to say, the 49ers now have the most cap space in the NFL. Somehow.
With 41.5 million.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think's happening here?
Maybe they're making some room just in case they want to make an in-season trade or something to take on some money, or they're preparing for Brandon Ayuk to get his money. So excuse me. And I always thought that, like, hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, JDLR, what they cooking?
I always thought that, like, looking at the wide receiver room, I'm like, man, I don't think that they'll pay 2 starting wide receivers over $20 million. But maybe, they might prove me wrong and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, and I'm surprised they're doing it like this early. You know what I mean? Maybe they're maybe they're preparing for the future, and don't want this situation to keep lingering every year, every time somebody has to come up for a contract. Where there's, because right now you get, and then then you got it where, you got Brandon Ayuk coming up, and then I think who else is gonna be around the corner here
Huff?
for a contract? Yeah, you got Hufanga that's coming up with a contract. So yeah, so maybe they're just like, you know what, I'm sick of having these players wait, and after a while, it puts a bad taste in people's mouths. Where it's like if they keep doing it every single year. So I don't know. I just, like I said, it could be an in-season trade. It could be looking for the future for Brandon Ayuk, Hufanga, whoever the case may be. But yeah, it's and you got two Aaron Banks, who could be coming up pretty soon on a contract. So it's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. The Shasha says, I think some of it's going to be used for Bosa because we don't know the cap hits yet, which is kind of crazy that still no info has been released about his contract. It's like other teams, when their players sign, I swear, like, contract info is released within hours. The 49ers players sign, like, we don't find that shit out for forever, I feel like. I'm like, how is that not out yet? All right, let's draw for this Nick Bosa first giveaway. So if you don't have your number in there, now's the time. Tia, what's up? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, sis. Miss you. Much love, as always. We're about to draw for Nick Bosa giveaway, so you want to get your number in there real quick. You have
first number was 5 after with Brian Colt with number 3. So
all right.
Here we go. See who the lucky person is.
No 8-ball today. No rigged 8-ball. Back to the old faithful claw. Good luck.
I always sucked at this game.
26.
Right. See who the lucky winner is.
Smash that like button, everyone. We appreciate it. Who is the lucky winner?
Bebop with number 22.
Bebop-a-roni. Congrats, Bebop-a-roni. Lucky winner number 1.
I'm just catching Dawn's comment. She said when she found out she hung up on her husband.
That's funny.
That's funny.
All right. Your ass gonna be rigged, boy. Giveaway number 2. Nick Bosa. How about that? Get your numbers in 1 through 100. You know the deal. Good luck. So, just yesterday, as we're getting ready for week 1 to play the Steelers, as Minnesota's getting ready for week 1 to play whoever the hell they're playing, this report gets released that Kirk Cousins knows that he's playing for, his future, obviously, because he's on the last year of his contract. And at the end of the tweet, it says, it makes sense for him to wind up in San Francisco or something next year. Something to link him back to San Francisco, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. How well does Brock Purdy need to play? Or how well do the 49ers have to do this season to prevent Kirk Cousins from being the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers next season?
I don't think Brock Purdy has to help us win a Super Bowl, but I think if he plays at a level that he played last year and a little bit better, then I don't think that Kirk Cousins is needed. Like if you're content just having, I feel like Brock Purdy does exactly the things that Kyle likes. You know what I mean? Like he does, he's an open guy. He's the first read. I mean, and we'll see, I think over time we're going to have to see that deep ball sooner or later, because I think teams are going to just, and I know we're probably going to talk about this player that made a comment about him getting an interception off of Brock Purdy because he said he can see the tail signs of an offense. So, but, eventually people are going to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to take away the short stuff. And I want him to beat me deep. So that's going to have to come. And if he can show that he can have a consistent deep ball, I don't think Kirk Cousins is needed, because you can get Brock Purdy for cheaper. Like I said, if he ends up with like a 32 touchdown passes and like 12 interceptions, that's a solid season. That's a real solid season. And like I said, if he takes it to the playoffs, and if he's not the reason that we're losing in the playoffs or whatever the case may be, then I think that we can see Kirk Cousins. However, it's kind of hard to say because Kirk Cousins hasn't really done well in the playoffs. So, but then people, how it is. People are going to say, well, yeah, but he hasn't, played with these kind of weapons with Kyle Shanahan and blah blah blah. So I don't know. I think he's going to have to elevate this team. Like, I made a comment the other day during that game with the Lions and Chiefs. I'm like, man, Patrick Mahomes is throwing to me and you. You know what I mean? And he's still elevating his guys. Like, yeah, they lost, but it wasn't because of him. You know what I mean? I think it's going to have to be a situation like that where, like we have the perfect amount of weapons for a quarterback in this system to succeed. So yeah, I just don't see Kirk Cousins coming here. I feel like, Brock Purdy can do enough to elevate his game. But like I said, when it comes down to it, he's going to have to show that he has a consistent deep ball, because if teams start to stack the box and take away our stuff underneath, it could be an issue for Brock Purdy if he can't show that arm strength.
Yeah. What's up, John B? Have a safe trip. I hope you have an amazing time.
Have fun, JV.
I wish I could be there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I asked because it seems, I don't know if he has to go above and beyond because he has to make up, not just his play, but he has to make up now this area that we know Kyle has this love for whatever for Kurt, right?
Hmm.
So it's like, is there, I just don't like, I don't want Cousins here, right? So it's like, I just want, if Purdy plays great, and the 49ers get to, let's say, the NFC championship or whatever, and they
Okay.
lose, but not because of Purdy's doing, it's like team, thing. I don't want them to then now we're going to throw away this quarterback and let's go get another quarterback and try this all again and bring in this guy who's already getting older now. He's already what,
Hmm.
7 years older than when Kyle, 8 years older going to be when Kyle wanted to bring him here
Yeah, I
last
want to
time,
say it's like
right?
35 or something.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like I just want them to stick with one guy. Purdy's your guy. If he's going to lead us, and he can lead us that far, and the team's doing great, the team's, able to put up points like they did the end of last season, and, the team's rolling, stick with just the fucking guy. Stop trying to, trade him in for 1% better, and then and don't end up getting that 1% better. You end up getting 10% worse. It's just like, I just want Kyle to just, oh my God, stay with the freaking one that you have. Stop looking at the girl that's walking by, like
Yeah.
he's that meme that's walking with the girlfriend and turning, looking at the girl
Yeah.
walking by, like that's Kyle right there with his quarterbacks. And I'm just
Yeah.
tired of it. Like, just stay with Purdy if that's your guy, please.
Yeah.
Like, but
And
if Purdy goes out and he's like complete dog shit this season, which I'm not expecting, but
no.
let's say that happens, right? Shit happens. Let's say the defense is figuring him out, the team falls apart, whatever the fuck, knock on wood, right? But okay, obviously, now you don't think that's your guy. Don't keep sticking with a guy like Jimmy for freaking all these years when you're not happy with him. You're on the sidelines cussing him out every game, year after year after year, right? You're
Yeah.
breaking your freaking things and shit. Like, no,
Throwing
like that was
headsets
overdone.
and
Like,
yeah.
not one extreme to the next, right? Just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, can we just have a normal quarterback situation? That's all I want. I just want us to be
Yeah.
like a normal team going into the season, going into the next off season. Like, just please.
Just when we
Please.
thought we had no controversy for the quarterback when Trey got traded, and now this comes up, and it's like,
Yeah. It's like we
and then
can't have 1
yeah,
week of freaking, peace.
and then like Brock Purdy, I think he's mentally tough, but this is one of those things where it's like, and I'm sure he knows it. I mean, he's been hearing it for years. Whether even when probably if he's a lover of football, he knows that Kyle Shanahan has this love for Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean? For some reason, so it's like if he goes out there and he starts making mistakes, like hope that doesn't start getting into his head. Where he's
Yeah.
like, man, now I'm not good enough, and now he's gonna be looking to replace me, and all this other stuff, or like, and let's just say this. I don't want to, I don't want to say that I'm predicting anything. Was that 41 million to bring in Kirk Cousins in case Brock struggles?
Oh my
I mean, who
God.
knows? I mean, you know what I'm saying? We got all this cap space now. What is it for? So, yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, but yeah, you're right. Man, the 49ers are like a real life soap opera for real. Like, it's always going to stay it's going to stay on air because we stay competitive, but we always have some kind of story that's surrounding us that's good, that makes people like question, like, oh, what's going to happen next, what's going to happen
Yeah.
next, like. And I feel like every Friday is like a cliffhanger, like, oh, what news are we going to hear come Monday? And it's just so crazy with the 49ers, like, for being such a great team right now. And I say great just because I feel like we're a top 3 to 4 team in the NFL.
I mean,
It's
everything has us
Yeah.
listed as number 1 in the NFC on
Yeah, oh,
paper.
for sure.
So,
One or
and
two.
that's,
It's either one or two. Yeah.
and that's, with the
Yeah.
Eagles making it to the Super Bowl last year,
Yeah.
which is kind of disrespectful, but
Yeah.
it is what it
Yeah.
is.
I haven't seen us less than in the NFC. I haven't seen us less than second. It's either Philly or us. Like, it's either
Yep.
or. It's nobody's ever put above us but the Eagles. Like, even the Cowboys are always below us. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So we're always, but I feel like just for us in general, as the NFL in total, we're top 2 to 3, maybe 5, depending on how you want to look at it or whatever the case may be. So it's just interesting that, with all this with us being such a great roster, that there's always something going on with the 49ers. Like, and it's been, like you said, like all this stuff comes up all of a sudden where, oh, what was it in 2017? Kyle, called Minnesota and wanted to offer the second overall pick for Kirk Cousins, and all. I'm like, what the heck's like? Why did this come out now? It's so crazy to me.
Big City, email me, please, at this email.
Hey, Miss Deb.
I've been waiting for you to come in because I know that you said you emailed me before at the other email, but I never got it. So try sending it to this email, please. That's for you, Big City Man. And what's up? Also, what's up, Cinnamon Kiss? What's up, Jim Everett, the great that loves to come in and just troll with his BS, but I appreciate you being here nonetheless. Miss Deb, what's up? Hope you're doing well, sis. Much love to you as always. We're about to draw the winner for this Nick Bosa card. So if you're not in there, you have a couple minutes to do so while I pull up the claw. Get in there, get in there. All Bosa giveaways today. Celebrate our guy. Come back to this comments, but I need it off of here for now. All right. Good luck, everybody. $64.
Okay, check this out here.
I don't know why. I always want to rhyme. When I say the number, someone's a whore. I don't know why.
It's because you got a nasty line.
Probably shouldn't rhyme that out of all things.
Okay,
like so many other things can rhyme.
Yeah. All right.
Who is it?
These numbers are spread out pretty far. Let me see. So 55 is 9 away. And then you got...
What was the number?
It was 64, but I'm trying to figure out which ones are the closest because we don't have anything in the 60s, but looks like we have some in the 50s and some in the 70s. So I'm trying to figure out who's closer. But I'm trying to make sure I got all the numbers because they're pretty spread out.
All right, let's give us a minute while he figures out. What's up, James? I see you. I know, Steve-O. Oh, no. And it's bad because the thing I always think of is your mother.
Have you ever seen the movie The Four Brothers?
It sounds familiar.
Mark Wahlberg and Andre 3000.
Mm-hmm.
When the guy knocks on the door, and then he answers, goes, "Your mother's a whore," and he walks away, flipping him off. Yeah. Okay, it looks like Big City actually won, to be honest.
Big City
That's funny.
came in and swooped it up.
Yeah, I think he came and swooped it up, but let me be sure because I see his number, but then I see.
All right.
I thought I saw a 71, but I want to be sure that it wasn't from the first giveaway.
All right, let me check for the email. Make sure I got it. Okay, I got it. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. I was getting it at the other.
Yeah, it's big city, man.
All right, big city. Congrats. We'll add this to your other ones. Other one. I don't know how many you got.
Yeah, Dawn, that's a great movie. I love that movie, The Four Brothers. Like you said, he came in at the last minute and swooped up and cleaned up and took the giveaway.
You guys let Big City Man come in and steal the win. All right. Let's go with the pink Bosa next. Ooh, so sparkly. Get your numbers in 1 through 100. Good luck, everybody. We're drawing it fast because we're not letting your numbers get all lost up there. All right. So let's get into some little things here. End of the year awards I want to go over.
Okay.
Some end of the year award predictions. Let's put this banner up here. Chat, let us know who you think as well. Of course. All right. Who do we think? Now, this is for the whole season, not just this game. The whole season will be the MVP of the 23-24 season.
And it's not for our team, for the NFL,
No,
right?
for our team.
Oh, for our team only.
Yep.
I'm gonna go
49ers
with
awards.
Okay, I think it's the first person that comes to my mind just because of how he elevated this offense when he got traded here. To me, is Christian McCaffrey.
Yep, that's what I gotta go to too.
Yeah, he just the way I feel like as soon as he got here, everything just changed. His team just looked different, and that's amazing how one man can change an offense.
Yeah,
who's not a quarterback.
Yep. And that's whether he has the ball in his hands, he doesn't have the ball, it doesn't matter.
Yep. It has to be accounted for every single play. In the flats, on screens, when he lines up wide receiver, everything. He's just a beast.
Oh, Nick Wagner just posted the thanks. Who said that? Thanks, Shasho. He just posted the Nick Bosa contract. So real quick, awards. Okay. Hold on. So numbers in on 49ers defensive end, Nick Bosa's contract. 2023 cap hit dropped nearly $7 million to $11.01 million. 2024 cap hit is $14.67 million. Bosa got $88 million fully guaranteed, surpassing TJ Watt's previous high for a defender of $80 million. So $8 more million fully guaranteed than TJ Watt.
Okay.
Cap hit a manageable $20.5 million in 25. They'll spike in 26, 27, and 28. They come in at $42 million, $52 million, and $42.85 million, respectively. There's a void year in 29, which costs $5.8 million. Of course, an extension or restructure, all but certain by then. So,
cool.
Sounds good to me. Shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not stressing about, like I told myself going in before Nick Bosa's contract started, because I was like, and especially being a big, Brandon Ayuk fan, like there's nobody I want extended more on this team than Brandon Ayuk, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously I knew that Bosa getting a contract might weigh into, what they do with Brandon Ayuk and them having enough money, right? But I told myself, like, I'm not going to be stressing about the 49ers money anymore. Like, it ain't my fucking money. Like, why do I care, right? Like, all these teams, they managed to pay people. They managed to restructure and pull money out of their asses here and give them this and like teams do it. So like, why are we stressing about it? Like, I'm not going to stress about who they're going to pay in the future. Like, they either find the money to pay them or they don't. Like I can't stress about it anymore. Like I was seriously like so like, oh my god, like what did Brandon Ayuk? I can't see him play for another team. Oh my god, we're not going to have enough money. Oh, not like no. If they want Brandon Ayuk here, they'll find the money to fucking get him here. They'll find the money to keep him here. We just seen them go from having like one of the least amounts of cap in the freaking league to doing 3 reconstructures, signing Nick Bosa, and all of a sudden they have the most cap space in the NFL. Just like that.
Yeah, just yep.
Like, and they always say like the whole cap is a myth, the cap is a myth, like, and it's not, but at the same time, there's so many things that can be done to, stretch that the way they work numbers and this and contracts and all that shit. So let them figure, they get paid to figure the shit out. So
exactly,
let them fucking figure it out. Keep my guy here. #
keep him here.
Pay Brandon Ayuk.
Tommy Huxley, I'll take that bet because I don't know who you're talking about. That's not Brandon Ayuk. So the name that you put is a different name. So yeah, I'll take that bet if you want to bet me that who was this dude that you put? I don't know, because that's not how you spell Ayuk's last name. So I'll take that bet.
All right, so back to this. Make sure, and what's up, Tommy? Make sure if you're just joining or you haven't yet, get your numbers in for this giveaway. We're going to draw the winner here shortly. We're doing end of year 49ers award predictions. We have MVP. We predicted CMC. Comeback player of the year should be an easy one. I'm going with the real deal, Brock Purdy. I mean, how could you not? Who else are we gonna throw in there?
Yeah, that's.
You gotta go with your quarterback, I think.
Yeah.
Those two were the easiest two, I think. All right, let's go with defensive player of the year.
Javon Hargrave.
I like it. Javon Hargrave. Javon.
He's our new DeForest Buckner. Been saying it since we signed him. He's going to elevate that whole defense because, that's interesting.
Kalia Davis. I like
Davis,
that.
comeback player.
That would be nice.
I like the Elijah Mitchell one too. That's funny, Tony, because I was thinking that as well. Because, man, just give me 12 games. Give me 12 games, because when you're on the field, you're a beast. It's like 6 yards a carry. So yeah, I'm gonna go Javon Hargrave for defensive MVP, just because, like I said, I feel like he's our new DeForest Buckner, and he's gonna elevate that whole defense. He's gonna improve our pass rush, and he's gonna make the coverage in the secondary not have to follow the receivers as long, because I feel like our pass rush is gonna be that much better. Tommy. I'm sorry, Ayuk. He spelled it right this time. Had to give you a hard time, Tommy.
Defensive player. I'm going with Diamador Lenore for defensive player of the year for the 49ers.
Okay.
Yep.
Tommy said, I use jersey and I still spelled his name wrong.
I just think the addition of Wilkes is really going to add to that. And I've talked about it all offseason, add to that, the back ends. Just, I think, all of them should have, better seasons. Huff, Charvarius Ward, and I just think, and I think Ambry too. Like, I'm so proud of both of those boys.
Same.
Like, they just have worked so hard, and like I feel like they've come so far. Both, like, flip flopped. Lenore had an off season, the first season, and then Ambry last season, and it's just like they both worked through it and came through, and like are starters now. So good for them. Like, I hope they both like ball the fuck out. Let's do offensive player of the year, and then we'll draw the Bosa.
Offensive player of the year. It's hard because I feel like CMC is going to be our obviously our MVP. So offensive player of the year, I'm gonna go a different route, and I'm gonna say Debo. Debo's actually
Okay.
he's coming in shape. He looks hungry, you know, and it's not a joke. It's not a joke from him being out of
He
shape,
looks
saying he's
hungry.
hungry. But yeah, he's just I know thinking about it just sounds funny, but yeah, no, I think he might be if he gets back to anything close. He's not gonna replicate 2 years ago, but anything close to 2 years ago is gonna be an amazing year for him. So I'm gonna go with Debo.
We got Ayuk, Debo, BA, Juice, BA contract year. I am too going with Brandon Ayuk, offensive player of the year. And I think, yeah, Debo showed up looking great, but I think that Debo has another, Debo like person on the team in CMC. I don't
Hmm.
think there's anybody else on the team doing what Brandon Ayuk does. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm expecting him to have a monstrous year. And like James
I do
said, it's
too.
his contract year. Just go ball the fuck out and earn that bag.
Hmm. I just hope that he becomes a more, I wouldn't say consistent option, but a higher priority option. Because we talked about it last year when he was doing, he was the fourth guy that was getting the ball, a fourth option on his team. So I hope that he gets more looks because I think we all, even in the chat, we've all said this long time. If he was on a different team, he'd be a 1,500, 1,600 yard receiver guy every year because he's open all the time.
Yep. All right, let's draw this giveaway. All right. Good luck, everybody. $19.
That's hilarious. Just talk about Debo and his number comes up. All right, let's check these numbers here. Oh, Bebop 19 on the head.
19 on the head. Pause.
Man. Man. That's two for Bebop today, huh?
And guess what the prize is for guessing the number exactly right?
That's funny. That's awesome. Congratulations, Bebop.
Congrats, Bebop.
19 problems.
Much love, brother. You already know. All right. Final giveaway of this wonderful Saturday before you find people can go on with your lovely days. Nicholas John Bosa in the green money. Let's get those numbers in. 1 through 100. Good luck, everybody. Drippin' Debo. That's right.
Yep.
All right. Back to our awards. Rookie Offensive Player of the Year. I'll go first.
Okay.
Ronnie Bell, baby. Let's do it.
Go blue.
Go blue.
It's a good one. I'm gonna go a different direction because I think eventually he becomes tight end too. And you know who I'm gonna say already? Braden Willis.
That's a good one. I
Yeah,
like that.
go Braden Willis.
And I think he definitely has an easier path to get to that, obviously, because we know we just talked about, we want Brandon Ayuk to move up and, where he's targeted. And we know, obviously, if Brandon Ayuk is 5th in pecking order, that Ronnie Bell's 6th, 7th, 8th in pecking order, right?
Yeah.
But we know that Kittle's banged up right now. If for whatever reason he has to miss some time, or they have him on a pitch count, or whatever it is, I'm sure Braden Willis is going to be that guy that then steps in. So we can see him getting those touches a lot sooner than than probably, a lot of, we usually see rookies getting touches in this offense. So I could definitely see it. Let's do rookie defensive player of the year. Who y'all got? What the hell?
Jair Brown.
You're guessing?
Jair Brown. Oh, he asked me what Parsons' number was.
Oh.
So I told him 11.
I'm like, you're guessing for the giveaway?
Nah.
Who'd you say?
I said Jair Brown.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think he eventually takes over that starting safety spot. But, Gibson, no, I don't know. I mean, we talk about the effect of Wilkes. He could elevate Gibson as well still. So, but and then, I don't want to take your shine, but just in case, I think my dark horse on defense could be D Winters. But so those are the two that first come to my mind.
That's good. Yep. I was as well going with Jair Brown, of course. That's my guy. I listened to who was it? What was I gonna say? I don't know. I'll tell you guys later when I freaking remember. Let's do how about most improved? Now this can be most improved from last season, most improved over their career, if it's a bet, whatever, however you guys want to do it. But most improved.
I'm gonna go Ambry Thomas.
Yep.
I think Ambry finally has he's gonna live up to that 3rd round pick that they were hyping him up over. Because I remember when he got drafted, of course, me being a Michigan fan, I was happy. But I remember like Adam Peters and John Lynch, they were like so hyped to get Ambry Thomas in the 3rd round. And I just feel like that was a pick that they really, I mean, of course, they want all the picks to work out, but I think they really thought that they had a steal at the time with Ambry. So yeah, I think he finally shows his worth going into his 3rd year.
Yeah. Just to switch it up, because that's obviously who I was going to go with too.
Oh, were you?
I'll steal Chrissy's pick and go with Drake Jackson, just because I'm very high on Drake. Obviously, with Bosa being back, that just helps our guy Drake over there on the other end. And he wasn't bad his rookie season, but we know he couldn't finish the season, right? So we need the guy to finish the season. So
I feel like he hit that rookie
anything
wall.
over than that, yeah, is an improvement. So yeah. But
so if he gets like 8.5 sacks, you think that's a good season for Drake Jackson?
I think so, yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'd be happy with that.
Absolutely.
Probably freaking 6 balls batted down in there.
Pause. But yeah, I feel like I'm so and don't get me wrong, I love me some D'Amico Ryans. I love that guy. He was a man, but I feel like with Steve Wilkes, I feel like he's a little bit more aggressive when it comes to his blitz packages. So I feel like we're gonna have sacks all over the place, like coming from linebackers, coming from Hufanga. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're gonna be all over the place. So I can't wait to see it.
Got those numbers in, everybody?
I agree with this comment right here, Miriah.
Yeah.
That's the only spot on the field, only starting position on the field that I'm worried about, honestly.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. You're absolutely right on that one. We need him to be that guy. We need him to be that guy. And then, and unfortunately, that's the side where the blitz came in at where Brock Purdy got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one, James. Good one. How about some predictions on the kind of season that you think these players will have? Let's
Okay.
start with Brock Purdy.
17 games. I'm thinking he throws about 3,900 yards. I'm gonna say 31 touchdowns, but I'm gonna say about 13 interceptions.
Okay. I would like more than over 4,000, but okay, 3,900. All right. That's a 31-13 ratio. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I think we could win with that. What about Brandon Ayuk?
It's funny because depending on how much he's targeted, his range is so wide open. Like he can get 1,000 yards or he can get 1,800. Like it just you don't know. But realistically, just because of all the weapons we have, and the only reason why I said Brock with less than 4,000, I feel like we're gonna run the football a lot too. You know, so because our room for the running backs looks great right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for Brandon Ayuk, I'm gonna say he gets 1,200 yards receiving, and I'm gonna say he gets 11 touchdowns.
I like that. I like that. Debo.
I'm gonna go all-purpose yards for Debo just because he's used in so many ways. I'm gonna say he has about okay, I'll break it up. I'm gonna say about 700 receiving yards. I'm gonna say about no. I'm gonna go less than that. I'm gonna go 800 receiving yards, but 300 rushing, and I'm gonna say he gets about 9 touchdowns.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about CMC?
He's gonna get.
Can we see 1,000?
I think so. I was gonna say yeah, or close to it. I'm gonna say he gets about 1,900 all-purpose yards, and I think most of the I think he leads us in touchdowns. I'm gonna say he has about 13.
Imagine if he can stay healthy this entire season and be CMC. Whew,
hmm
that
And,
hmm,
and I won't be surprised if he throws another touchdown pass either, like he did when he first got here when he threw that one against the Rams. Like he's gonna have some throwing, some rushing, and some receiving. I believe.
the O-line coach or offensive, slash OC guy, was talking about how CMC, now that he knows, he said that like he didn't even understand before, like, okay, this guy, that he was just thrown into the system. So he didn't understand, okay, this guy's supposed to be blocking like this way, and this guy's blocking this way for me to be able to run this way and go this way and go this way. Like he didn't understand any of that. So he was just running how he just normally runs, and it wasn't, like for their system. He's like, so now he understands everything. Like, okay, now I know how this guy's helping me get to this spot, and this guy's helping me get here, and he knows why this guy's blocking over here to help him get to this spot. And like every little thing, that every little way the offense moves and every part of the offense. And he's like, so it's just going to make him that much more dangerous. And I'm like, man, the things this guy's, if he can just stay healthy, that's the biggest thing. Just let the man fucking stay healthy. And I'm so ready to see. Let him get that thousand. Please
Yeah.
let him get that thousand. That would be awesome. How about, let me know who leads the other running backs in yards, second to CMC.
I think Elijah Mitchell actually stays pretty healthy this year. I'm gonna go Elijah Mitchell being second in yards. Let me see. If I had to take a guess for him, I would say he gets about 600 rushing yards, maybe 3 touchdowns. You know, but when we get in the red zone, though, I would like to see either TDP or Mason get the ball, especially when we're especially from like 10 yards out. Put the bruisers in and keep you can even do it to a point where you put in use check Mason and CMC all on the field at one time and put CMC split him out wide just to get people thinking like, man, like where's this ball going? So yeah,
I'm going TDP. I don't trust. I love freaking what's his nuts, but I don't
Elijah
trust
Mitchell.
him. Yeah, to stay healthy.
Yeah.
To think that he's going to stay healthy this entire season when he hasn't even been able to make it through freaking training camp fucking healthy. Like,
yeah,
there's no, like, he has done nothing to this point to lead me to believe he's going to make it through the season healthy.
Yeah.
An entire 17, 18, 19. If we make the Super Bowl 20, 21 freaking games, hell no.
Yeah.
All right, let's draw this winner.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about the about the Steelers game, and then we're going to get the hell out of here.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Let me get back up to the first number.
If you don't have your numbers in, get them in.
Yeah, that's a great point by Brian. The thing about CMC, and I agree with you, Brian. He averaged almost 2 touchdowns a game. He had 10 touchdowns in 11 games, but I feel like they're going to take away some of his game a little bit as far as like his touchdowns, and I think he's going to be the ball's going to be spread around a little bit more.
All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody. $20.
Okay. Here's the winner.
Jerry. Congrats, Jerry. Jerry. Yay. All right. So,
isn't the guy that used the security guard for Jerry Springer, isn't his name Steve Wilkes?
Steve something.
I have to look that up.
Surprisingly, well, 2 surprises going into the Steelers game on the injury front. Number 1, Travarius Ward comes up with an injury all of a sudden in practice this week and is now questionable. And number 2, Ray is full go. So he is back hella fast from his broken hand.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if he's going to be back there returning, though, with that hand that can't, there's no way it's possibly 100% healed yet. He has to be playing with it, not, all the way. You know how, like, some guys are out there with a club on defense and shit? Like, I would imagine, but as a wide receiver, like, how I don't know,
Yeah, that's tough.
that scares me to have him out there trying to catch balls and his hand was just broken a couple weeks ago. Like hardly any time at all he's been out. Like
Yeah,
there were questions whether they were going to put him on the short-term IR and him miss the first 4 weeks. And now he's not even missing any time at all.
yeah, that's kind of weird.
I mean, wow, he's a
Yeah,
fast healer. So
yeah.
on the injury front, the only ones on there, Kittle and Charvarius Ward are questionable. So that means Money Moody is good to go. All that's we'll see. I would hate to see Kittle miss game 1 again for another year.
Yeah,
If Charvarius Ward can go, that's going to be
it's gonna be tough.
whew. But all that aside, how you feeling going into Pittsburgh? What you expecting to happen out there?
So I've been saying the for the last few weeks, at least over a month, that Pittsburgh was going to be a very tough game, and I actually thought we were going to lose. However, I feel like I feel like the Nick Bosa signing, even though it was so late, came at a great time because I feel like now the team is pumped up. Like the team was just like, we got our boy back. The defense is gonna be is gonna be lit. This is that. And then you got old boy. I forgot the name of the corner who opened his mouth. Was it Patrick Peterson? Yeah,
Yep.
opened up his mouth saying, "Oh, I know some of the tell signs of this offense, and I'm guaranteeing a pick." Like, if I'm his teammate, I'd be kind of pissed off, to be honest. Like, dude, like, why would you say that first and foremost when that's something you keep to yourself and go out there and do it if that's how you really feel. And then if you want to say it after the game, yeah, I saw some stuff on film that made me believe I can go and get me an interception. But the fact that he's saying it out loud and Brock Purdy responded and said, "We'll see." Like now, I feel like I mean, even though it's a small comment, I feel like you've lit another fire underneath the team with that comment, saying like, "Oh, okay, you really think you got us figured out? We'll show you." So in saying that, we're gonna win this game. It's gonna be close, but my final prediction with this game is gonna be 23-21 Niners.
It's what?
Yep.
What
I
is
got
it?
23. I got 23-21 Niners. I got
It's
it in a
very
close game.
close to what I got.
Yep, very close. Yep. Hey, Sam.
No, you're late. Hey, Sam. What's up, my guy? Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. I forget, what did I say on the show with Steph? I think 17, 20, somewhere around there. So close as well. Hopefully, if it comes down to a field goal, our guy Moody can, help us out there. But I am worried. I definitely am worried
Yeah.
because, the last time he kicked, he was missing. Then he gets injured. So he hasn't really practiced. He hasn't kicked. He hasn't done nothing since missing. And now we're just going to throw him out there into live action in Pittsburgh to one of the craziest atmospheres, opening week, home, their opening game. Like, I really hope the game doesn't come down to that.
I think it was Bryant that said on here last week that the Steelers are 10-1 in their last 11 home openers. Like they're very good at home when they open the season. As a matter of fact, they beat the Bengals last year, week 1. I remember because I bet on that game, and I was like, man, like the Steelers are going to be tough. And two, somebody who needs to step up too, nickel corner. Isaiah Oliver didn't look good.
Well,
So
in Diamador Lenore's presser, he said that he's going to be covering the slot wide receiver. So,
did he say that? Okay.
yep. So I'm guessing he's going to be
So
starting at slot.
mm,
Yeah, because we
okay.
didn't know. We've been all wondering, and then
If he's
I listened
outside,
to the presser that Larry did with him inside the locker room, and he said that he's going to be guarding that wide receiver they picked up from the Rams. What's his face? And what's his nuts that they have over there playing in the slot? I want to say Robertson, but I don't know if that's right. Allen Robinson. I don't know if that's right though, but yeah. So I guess that means he's going to be starting in the slot, and Ambry's going to be starting on the outside opposite Tarvarius. So
interesting.
That would mean Ambry's covering. What's his name? I have their roster right here.
Yeah. I know their main guy is really good. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Deontay Johnson. He's really good. But that's going to be Charvarius Ward's guy.
That's not their main guy. He's number 2 now. That's who Ambry will have. Pickens is their number 1.
Is he though? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I thought
Deontay Johnson been sucking it up. He sucked last year too. I had him on fantasy and he sucked. He was fucking terrible. He dropped every fucking ball that came his way.
Out there looking like Kadarius Toney.
Yeah. Pickett and Pickens have a real chemistry,
huh? Yeah.
So I would think Charvarius is going to be on Pickens.
Okay.
I'd be very surprised if Charvarius. I mean, or maybe they'll switch. I mean, it's not like Charvarius follows anybody very much.
No.
So, they might be switching up, but yeah, Diamador did, let that little slip out that, Allen Robinson, that is their slot.
Allen Robinson? Okay, yeah.
So he did say in the presser, because Larry asked him, oh, are you going to be covering Deontay? Have you watched him, a bit of him before and blah, blah. And he goes, oh, no, I'm going to be covering Allen Robinson. And I've watched him, when he was with the Rams and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, that right there told us that he's going to be playing in the slot. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. This game is.
I like it.
This game's gonna be. It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be hard fought for sure. I don't think it's gonna be as high scoring as some people think it's gonna be.
No, I don't think so either. It's supposed to be raining.
Yeah.
2 defenses that are top freaking 3, top 4 in the freaking league.
Both are physical.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both like to run the ball, ground and pound teams. So it's definitely going to be a get your nose down in there and fucking get dirty type of game. So
yeah.
I hope they put their fucking big boy panties on and get ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I don't have much more to talk about.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, let's go Niners week 1. Let's start off strong for once. I'm sick of the starting off the 2 and 3s, 2s and 4s. Let's start off with like a 4-1, first 5 games. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think with Christian McCaffrey here though, man, that dude is so special. And I don't use that word too often for players, but that dude is special. He came here and he just like Ms. Deb said earlier, he just elevated this whole offense. Like, I mean, we started averaging like 10 more points a game, I believe, when he got here. It's just incredible. So, yeah, I think we win. Like I said, I've been saying for months that we were going to lose, but I changed my tune over this last week. We're going to win in the close game, 23-21. And the spread is funny. It's been pretty much like Steelers +2, Niners -2 for 2 weeks. Like, it really hasn't moved. Even with Nick Bosa coming back, it hasn't moved. And as for you and I who live here in Vegas, we know the sports book is hardly ever wrong. So
yeah. Everybody going to Pittsburgh, stay safe, have a wonderful time. Wear red, be loud, represent us wonderful as you always do. I've been seeing all the videos and everything that John Chapman's posting for the for the take over there in Pittsburgh, and man, it's already filling up.
It's already, yeah, it looks
Yeah.
lit over there. That line looked ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hope and it's funny too. I know they always love to say, the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. I beg to differ. It's the San
Yeah.
Francisco 49ers because we travel very well.
Yep. It's time, faithful. Starts now. No more fucking around. Got to put our big boy panties on. Play tough.
Our big boy draws.
Yep. Time to come back home 1-0. Hopefully next time we're talking to you. We're 1-0 and we can be celebrating a
That's
great
right.
start to the season. Faithful, fam, chat. I love y'all. Much love.
Much love. Enjoy the
You
rest of your
guys
weekend.
are the best. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a safe Sunday. As I said, everybody going to the game. Stay safe out there. Have safe travels. Get home safe. Much love, fam. We'll see you next time. We're out of here.